You gotta love when your camera decides to just draw itself like right the second before you say, "Oh, you know what? I'm finally ready to start recording or streaming." So yeah, no camera for today, I guess. So yeah, one more listen. That is Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to a cameraless episode of. So yeah, well met listen. That is Jacob Butter speaking, and since I've got no issues with the camera's not working, so no VTuber this time, so no other stuff draining CPU, which means I can put all your comments on the screen again. So hello to Josh, and also to Springboy, and to Ghost Kitty. And yes, here I am. I have no idea what happened. Technically speaking, my camera is actually on at the moment. If I turn it off, it looks like that. If I turn it on, I know it had an image of myself frozen before, and that's it. So yeah, just keep it as it is for right now. I'll put some visuals on the screen for you over here. We did actually have a guest that's going to join us, and if the thumbnail had bothered to update itself, then you would have seen who that guest is. But as it happens, people haven't seen that yet, so we'll talk about the thumbnail if she actually appears. The camera might be dead, says Springboy. I mean, I don't think it would be. This camera doesn't exactly charge or anything. It's just it plugs. It's a USB-C, so it directly like goes into the computer itself. It doesn't have, to my knowledge, doesn't have batteries or anything. It's an extension. So I would have thought not anyway. I guess we'll find out. You got a nice, beautiful background here anyway for Sapphire Wings, so let's go ahead and focus on that for the time being, I guess. If people remember from last time what happened, then congratulations, because it was a mess. I'm surprised that you do. So I guess without further ado, on with the review. You forgot, we now have Ultimas in canon, so yeah.
So, does anyone know what happened to Viarrah?
Not even a clue. She's
Oh, I've watched the other episode. Even I don't know what happened to her. It was all very convoluted.
been ignoring us for the past 2 weeks.
Maybe she's just sick.
For 2 weeks? That's one.
So they haven't even looked for her for 2 weeks. Bear in mind, we saw her house, right? We saw people going into her house. She has a house. There's a place where people can find her. So if you were concerned that she was sick, you could have gone there within the past 2 weeks.
Weird sickness, if you ask me.
Pandora's right. When was the last time that Viarrah was sick for such a long time?
Plus, she can't catch a cold so easily. She has ice powers.
Well, that's a stupid
Okay, she could have another sickness. Even if that was the excuse, which it obviously isn't, that's just another layer of dumb added on top of what we already have.
reason not to think she's sick.
What makes you think you know her more than we do?
I've known her the longest, so...
Can we talk about that later?
What else are you going to do right now? Actually get off of your feet and look for her?
Right. So, how about we just visit her to see what's up?
Yeah, how about that? Should have thought that 2 weeks ago.
Good idea.
whatever.
Sometimes when you get to a house, you just collapse from sheer exhaustion in a pile of dust. It's happened to all of us, hasn't it? Relatable moment.
Oh, hello there. How can I help you all?
I also love that, that again, hashtag relatable moment here, when you fall to the ground and you slowly rise up as if a slide whistle is playing you. Let's just try that for a second. Let's see, like look at that. Look at the way that she like gets up again.
Oh, hello there. How can I help you all?
Hi, miss. We came to visit Viarrah. We haven't seen her for the past 2 weeks now, so we kinda got worried.
I'm so sorry to hear that she didn't even text you.
Is she not allowed?
Why did? Oh, I guess. I guess that they're not being tested like that was a prompt. I guess it was. What are they doing? I've complimented extras in the background sometimes when they like have other actions, but what is going on between these two in the foreground?
Allowed to go out?
Oh, she is now. She left few.
Oh yeah, what a haha funny gag. You tapped his shoulder and he like silently snarled at you. I'm rolling in the aisles. You just can't see me because my camera's turned off, but trust me, I am currently on the floor, clutching my stomach.
Few minutes ago with Arrow. Didn't he tell you?
Arrow, isn't that the guy who attacked us the other day?
Attacked?
No,
Was it the other day? It's been 2 weeks since anything at all has happened. Oh, okay. Speaking of things going on in the background, I see that there's a very realistic-looking wolf here. That's a good way to include animals into Gacha, especially considering that you now have, the Ultima werewolf as part of your canon. Or at least the Ultima something.
worries, miss. That was just a big misunderstanding. Dylan thought Arrow took Viarrah after that fire in the library.
My friend is missing, but hey, a wolf! I'm gonna go chase it off! Tee-hee ha-ha! Good grief. Do I like Arrow or Unknown more? Well, as far as I'm concerned, like Unknown has at least up until this point not actively deceived Viarrah, kidnapped her, or done anything really other than like actually trying to help her out with that whole library situation. It's been on her side since day one, so yeah, Unknown is definitely a way better character than Arrow is, at least at this point. And also bear in mind, remember that last episode we had the whole situation with Arrow actually apparently betraying Viarrah, and the whole point of the entire interaction between them, everything leading up to that point in those first few episodes, the clones bring her into the game, and then the burning down of the library and the kidnapping, all that stuff was just to get to expose her as the Ultima, which presumably he knew already because he had to set all that stuff up in the first place. I don't know. Here's Ghosty.
Wait, Ultima?
Yes, do you not remember? Episode 6, Viarrah was confirmed to be the Ultima. You know how we've been making a bunch of jokes that say like, well, gee, there's some stuff here that's similar to Aphmau. That guy looks like Aaron. All of that stuff. No, straight up the Ultima now.
Woo! Is this confirmed to be based off Aphmau fanon or not? Or is
No.
this or just Ultima?
As far as I know, I think some of the plot points were lifted from Aphmau, but the actual I don't know of anything from Aphmau where you can just like isekai yourself and then like come back immediately in the same episode, or we have seen the burning of a library and diaries. Granted, I was going to say like other examples, but yeah, I don't know. Amy, you came back just in time.
I was also about to say, when I pointed out that the art in one of the thumbnails looked pretty similar to another piece of art I'd seen?
Potentially, I don't remember this conversation, but I can believe it happened.
There is some traced art in one of the thumbnails, and it's from the Aphmau official When Angels Fall poster.
Ew! I see a little more was lifted from Aphmau.
Please, if you don't know how to draw something, get a reference instead of straight up tracing it. Because someone with a well-trained eye to figure out art thieves will be on your ass in seconds.
I've heard that the only excuse people have for using like traced artwork is if you're just practicing. If you actually publish it, then that's the no-no.
Yeah, if you... Like, tracing is good for practice. As in, I've traced real-life photos myself to get a grasp on the anatomy of a fox muzzle.
Fair enough.
But like downright tracing something and then posting it on the internet. No. Go to the naughty chair.
Mm-hmm. All right. So speaking of the art, actually, I was going to mention something. So basically, when I posted this video, that the thumbnail was actually set to the same thumbnail as the previous streams, and I was waiting until you got here to discuss the thumbnail that I've got here. So this is the thumbnail for the episode currently. I just wanted to like show you.
What's wrong with your face? What's wrong with your face?
Considering what you've like said all the time about like side-facing art, you know,
like,
I feel like someone needs to trace like the anatomy of a muzzle. Personally, just a human one. I don't think it's that far down usually.
You're right. Usually the nose is a little higher, but it doesn't seem there is a nose. It just seems like.
I
Yes.
know that gacha characters have like really like massive heads, and most of it is like, you know, above where the nose and mouth are, but that's not that much.
This is what I mean about drawing characters in profile. If you don't have a good grasp on the anatomy of it, it just ends up looking strange.
Also, that's the Eye of Sauron. You can't convince me otherwise.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad that it isn't traced art. I'm just glad it isn't traced art.
Apparently that part isn't. Oh, but actually, to be honest, depending on what the artwork was before, there's like some parts underneath here that I've like actually blocked out the actual Sapphire Wings with your character. So I don't know where the origin of that was. I never thought to question it before now. Now I'm not so sure.
Just have... Just...
I know.
Oh, I see. Well, you better follow your friend before she leaves you all.
Kim!
She went into the forest after the wolf.
Thanks, Mummy.
Bye-bye, miss.
Take care.
She went
Did you
into
just say mummy?
Yes. What?
Okay. I mean, I have heard of like longtime friends calling like their friends' parents mum and dad, but I've never. All right, sure.
Kids.
Also, just be or like another art thing. Like I was gonna say, like the wall being like a solid color here. I've seen that before in some places. What I haven't seen is grass that looks like you're treading through a pile of green sludge.
Bye-bye, miss.
And I was about to say that isn't just one solid color. It has texture to it.
Oh yeah, because yeah.
It has texture? Why does it have texture?
Well, so it doesn't look like it's just like it's just what the thing that I said actually doesn't look. So it doesn't look like it's just you've like taken just like one like random chunk of anything, or just gone in, or just did what I do for my intros and just like have you know Vegas insert solid color starring this person as Mummy. I don't know.
Care, kids.
Oh, she is literally an adult. Probably parent.
Wolfie, where did you go? Via? Via!
Kim, what are you doing here?
We were so worried about you.
Yeah, after 2 weeks, we finally got off our butts and decided to look for you. That's how worried we were.
Where were you for so long? And what are you wearing?
Well,
It's,
Jacob, I'm gonna make a mythology reference.
Yeah.
This is like that one time Ares went missing and they waited like a couple of months before looking for his heir.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I am still tired and I feel ugly without wearing it.
You don't have to be shy. You were never ugly, Via. Please take it off. I can try to cheer you up and you'll forget about it.
No, it's not unnecessary.
Are you
That's what the point of the mask is.
Sure, you're just tired?
Yes.
I thought after
Via,
after that music video was taken down, it would fade. It would just fade into the internet consciousness. But no, I cannot avoid it.
I didn't even know it was taken down.
Friends for a long time now. What happened? Please, talk to me.
If I don't take it off now, she might tell everyone something's wrong.
Okay, but if your other friends find you and you still have it on, won't they also think something is wrong? Also, you've been gone for 2 weeks and said nothing. They already think something is wrong. Good lord.
All of the
Fine.
everything is
But I
wrong
want-
signifiers are basically attached to you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to wear it after taking it off. So don't ask me to take it off anymore until I'm ready. Okay?
Promise. I just want to make sure you're really fine.
Oh, I guess not only was it to protect your people from the Ultima eyes, but it was also a sniper repellent.
Excuse
I
me,
don't
what?
know how I missed that detail.
I'm fine.
Where did that sniper come from?
I mean, well,
That sniper just apparated from the darkness.
to be fair, snipers are meant to be stealthy, but
You don't look so good!
I said I'm fine!
wow,
Jacob.
I've never seen this and oh wow, I paused it at precisely the right moment.
Also,
There's
pause
a few
for-
things to talk about.
I was also going to say, I know snipers are supposed to be stealthy, but they could have done something suspenseful here. You know, Chekhov's gun and all.
Maybe like
Oh,
we
it-
see Viarrah's,
Like
we see the camera becomes like the gun barrel or something.
Yes. It's Chekhov's Ultima.
Silencer. It's Chekhov's silencer.
Chekhov's Ultima.
Chekhov's scope. Right. Anyway, there's a lot to talk about with what just happened here. First of all, this is definitely a ripoff from like the from Gareth's transformation at the end of Starlight, but also it's like right down to the same sound effects. But since I paused it here, I more want to talk about a thing that happens in production with Gacha, especially when you get more complex. So the reason that there are two of the same person here is because sometimes when you like have something a person like one layer, and then you have to like when you try to move them, you have to separate the layers and just so you can keyframe them and then move them to the other position and do it that way. What you will have to do is that you'll have to move at least one frame over to make sure that your first keyframe is like in the exact right place you want it to be, to then move the other ones. But if you forget to shuffle it over again, you end up with two of the same character in the same frame. And if you do it for more than one frame, then Irene help you.
I also do this. Imagine just I unhide the layer that Ulrich is hiding on, and there's like 5 different Ulrichs standing in the same place.
Okay, I've never heard of someone doing it for 5 times, but I guess that's another option.
I'm just a fan of complex movement. Like, for instance, as I'm learning today, with the eye patch, you have to turn your head a lot more to look at things.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to explain that? Because I don't think people know about the eye patch thing.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing an eye patch because one of my eyes just decided to explode.
Yeah. Yeah, because of course that happened to happen like right after the day of the Tame Babbo compilation, where I finally like transferred like my hatred of eye patches to you. That feels like it was some sort of will of the universe. I know. Are we gonna get an eye patch reveal on camera, or is that just too
No, I'm
cringe?
good.
There.
Like, no, it's not cringe. I just figured out why it was happening. Overexertion. I excited myself yesterday watching that whole thing.
Oh, so I inadvertently they made you need to have an eye patch.
Oh, not
Wow.
just you. I was also working on assets and getting the lines for Sue. So really, I was just putting all of my eggs in one basket and pushing my body too far.
I see. Okay.
So sayonara, eyeball. I never loved you anyway.
Right. I apologize for my contribution to that. I never.
No, you don't need to apologize. It was just me being a dumb idiot face.
I do remember your comment that said like I love the torment or something, or I like the torment, something along those lines. Yeah,
I do like the torment. I just didn't expect it to, actually backfire on my body that badly.
Fair enough. I can now tell Shorty that Tammy the Bad Boy actually made someone physically go to the hospital. Right.
Like, be it wasn't the only thing that made me have to go.
Yes,
but
but if I give the full context, the joke is ruined. So yeah, I'll be doing that.
I
later.
guess so.
But yeah, but by the way, special
off,
thanks to like everyone who was there yesterday. I said it thanks to everybody like at the end of the stream, but thanks again to everyone who was there and watched that full compilation, because it really does help out when people actually do stick around with those, clickbaity titles aside.
Like, I was editing for Monster Compendium, and I just had it in the background.
Yeah, look, YouTube doesn't know the difference. That's fine.
I was listening to it, and then I checked back, and I was like, what? I remember once I looked at my editor to, like, finish a scene. I look back, at the stream, and I just see Cole Gray and Yuki cuddling together in quote-unquote naked.
Yeah, I was gonna say like about as naked as you could do in Gacha life, which was a lot more. But still, never entirely. Thank goodness for that.
Like, Lumion has purposefully blocked skin color outfits, which I'm really thankful for in hindsight.
Actually, they've kind of done the same thing as like movies do to like get different ratings. You know how Gore will like raise the rating of a film.
Yeah.
Unless for some reason the specific blood isn't red, then it's suddenly okay.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of movies with green blood.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's not blood, guys.
Yeah.
They're just possessed, and it's ectoplasm of the ghost.
Yeah, Luname has done the same thing, because while you can't like give yourself like skin-colored shirts or something, or like any of the typical like human skin colors in general in any range. It's better like if you select a particular skin color, then you can't, then they will block some automatically. And that's how they've calculated. It doesn't do that if you select a non-skin color thing. So for example, if your character happens to be fully green, for the sake of arguments, then you are perfectly free to make your character, completely nude, and Gacha's like fully that just doesn't care about that. That's what I almost.
Does that mean that?
Yeah.
Does that mean I can technically green screen a character?
Well, I mean, yes. In fact, that's partly how I do some of the effects now for Witch Academy. Yeah, that's how I get the separated props.
Yeah, I know. Like once I green screen the entirety of Ulrich's body except for a single arm.
Actually, I no longer need to do that because I can use Fire Alpaca, but yeah, still. Back at that point, there was a necessary step. Invis has been, my ace in the hole of effects for some time. So yeah, there's that option. And I was also thinking, Guzhang, my Dragon Ball OC, who starts off the story as, as a literal newborn, hatches from an egg, so it's fair to say he's not exactly wearing anything, except for the fact I did give him like dark green boxers, because even though I could have not done that, I decided, yeah, let's not tempt fate here. People have already made fan art of this character. I'm not giving anyone any excuses.
Can
Kim!
Kim?
I'm
might
so
wanna-
sorry.
Oh, and that's it. Okay. Oh, and this is where we get the outro. Ah. Get the face.
Yeah, that image.
Please no.
And I thought I hated mine.
If we go into the comments, I wonder if someone's saying something like, "Oh wow, such a great edit" or something like that. You know, typical. I don't know. I forgot to read the descriptions this time. Do I even have the tab still open with everything in here? No, I do not. Also, yeah, I'm also glad that KW liked the Secrets of the Plex stream. I didn't know who KW was until like I looked until like the context became clear from like the comments, but yeah. You like the edited version, the out. Yeah, exactly that kind of comment. Exactly like that. All right. Well, pros and cons. Pros, the establishing shots and choice of backgrounds are still beautiful to look at.
So they still have a good taste in music, but
Yes. The cons, again, literally everything else.
bonk. I'm not a fan of traced art. I'm all in for tracing something if you need practice, but do not post it online. Draw your own original piece if you want to post it. I don't care if it's heavily referenced, just not traced, please.
Yeah, also don't. Also, I'm guessing if it was in the thumbnail, it must have been like an integral part of the branding. So, yeah, I would have hoped about that. Okay, so the description says, special thanks to Isabel for making Viarrah's Ultima eyes, and she made the thumbnail uwu. So I guess we now know that, you know, Viarrah is not to blame for this, for that side face. And okay, so there is actually like a link in the description in here that says Ultimas and turning part of the story is by Afmal. Oh, so half of the video. Yeah. Now the sound effects are buying. Yep. Okay. So there's a comment by Viarrah in here that says, "Hello, it's me. I worked really hard on this episode, and to be honest, I only like the end." That's sad. What was your favorite part? Not the end. Please check description. I didn't work alone. Isabel made the thumbnail. Check voice actors, melodies, and Afmal credit. If something's missing, let me know. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, of course, people like, oh, vocals amazing, editing amazing, story amazing, blah, 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 blah. The story is not amazing. It is just Starlight again. The story here, like, I said it took a nosedive during the last recording when, like, everything was starting, like, add a bunch of lore in here and everything. But the thing is that Sapphire Wings started with a decent enough mystery, albeit with characters who didn't really act like humans, but they still... But there was still some elements of, you know, imagination, world building on top of the good visuals and everything, and then suddenly you just keep on adding more and more lore. There's like, oh, I like this thing and the other thing. I'm just gonna now make my character the Ultima. I don't think that was planned from the start. Maybe it was, because, like I said before, maybe Arrow's plan to kidnap Viarrah, like, and befriend her and set all the things in motion actually would kind of make sense if that was actually, if all of the random events were actually orchestrated by him from the beginning. The thing is that I've kind of lost faith in Viarrah being that clever a storyteller, considering everything else we've seen so far, and also considering this, where the conflict is just lifted from Aaron's journey already, and without any such new additions, to the point where the scene is just is ripped off already. You know, Viarrah turns one of her friends, Aaron turns one of his friends. Viarrah gets convinced to take off the bandana. Viarrah has the bandana in the first place. Like, what is there here that is, like, amazing? I'd say, error 404, data not found. All right.
I don't know. Like, I get it. You're an FMO fan, but we can technically, since it features its own story and character, kind of, I guess we could call it an original work of very inspired, quote-unquote, fan fiction.
Yeah. Also, there was So Ghosty looked up the art from one of the other thumbnails, and that happened to be traced. I don't know if there was traced art in this video, considering that the thumb was made person.
There wasn't traced art in this video. Like, to be honest, this is an older series, and for a younger creator, I will accept it. Just don't do it. You can trace things to get a handle on anatomy, like lots of people, older artists, have traced real-life photos to get a good impression of how the body works. Which thumbnail? Nah, I've already forgiven. I'm just not gonna touch it.
All right. Yeah.
But as for, the plagiarism and as for, the story, yeah, it's very inspired fan fiction.
Yeah, definitely. Plagiarism.
Original story, LOL.
Yeah. There's enough of that anyway. So, anyways, the next episode features a wolf character with green eyes, and an evil pose in the thumbnail. Moving on. But finally, the episode is out.
We know where this is going.
Please.
We know where this is going.
Mm-hmm. So Arrow is now becoming like it's just the full-on Ian substitute now. Anyway, so the video because it wasn't supposed to upload yet, but here it is. Thank you for the support. What do you think of the episode? And there's a thing about credits and nothing here. Nothing in here like a description of the video itself. So I guess we carry on. Wait, hold on. So she wasn't good at storytelling when she was in Gacha Light for this series. Now using Gacha Club, she's still not going to be good at storytelling. Well, I don't know. Let's not jump the gun. I haven't seen any other Viarrah content, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, remember how much of a quality jump the storytelling had in the Guardians. Then again, the Guardians didn't start with the issues that this series ended up with, but still, a jump nonetheless. Have we seen anything of the name Sapphire Wings? By the way, no, we have not. Not in the slightest. Let's see if we do now in episode 8.
The production quality has just jumped to a major extent.
Yeah, because now we're in animation using multiple camera angles. We'll see how this goes. Oh, and also a bed. Yeah, wonder if there's a severed arm underneath there.
Oh, hush.
It's no use. She's not waking up.
Does she have any scars?
No. I couldn't find anything. It must be a spell.
Well, I'm not kissing her to wake up.
Is this a new actor? Because I feel like there's a different accent altogether from this character, I think.
Okay, could you go back? Look at that wink cycle. What was that?
Hold on.
Not kissing her to wake up.
Well, I'll say this much. At least he has eyes. Poor Pandora over here has been deprived of that privilege.
I know, it's just... There is a way to clean a wink cycle so it's not just upper and lower eyelids moving. Like, that is what a blink animation is, but there's so many more moving parts to the human eyeball than just moving the top part and being like, oh, that looks good. Post.
Remember that side face with like the one eye that's that like overlapped itself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Viarrah
Anyways,
having
now I'm
human face / weird wolf muzzle.
Mm-hmm. Oh right, you're talking about like out. I thought you were talking about something in here. There's no storming. All right.
Ugh, stop it, Dylan! This isn't some kind of a fantasy. It's reality. So wake up.
Oh, now his eyes are gone too.
Be useful and stay here. I'll go and search for a book of spells. It might.
Also, Dylan. I guess now we've confirmed what Unknown's name is. If that is still unknown.
I'm going to moonwalk off screen. I'm not going to pace the movement animation with how fast or how slow I want the character to go. I'm just gonna have it saunter off screen.
For a book of spells.
Oh, you missed the you missed the slide whistle. Whistle getting up from tripping. Yeah, it was just a full thing. Like you know that one SpongeBob episode where they get slide whistles and they manage to defy the laws of physics with them. Yes, it was like that.
Like, the animation is good, Ghost Kitty. It just kind of has a few little quirks to it.
Mm-hmm.
That I, as someone who's been doing illustration for a while, am having a hard time overlooking.
It might help us.
You be useful.
Oh, he said you be useful. It took me a second. Okay, that I love.
That was great.
All it needs now is a Fallen Angel's those rapid teleportation sound effect, even though the transportation was slow. I'm still not over that, Aiden. She annoys you, doesn't she? Yeah. You want this time? I think the real question is, what do you want, Dylan? Huh? Wait, hold on. So, did he just answer his own question? What do you want, Dylan? What do you think? Huh? Who was the Kim if Viarrah wasn't home? What kind of question is that? Kim herself wasn't home. What are you talking about? Kim was out in the middle of the forest. It could have been literally anyone. Of course, we know it's Viarrah because we're the audience, but why would anyone assume that? No, as Mom said, you were with her. Oh, and I guess no one ever gets attacked in bulk. You could only ever have a spell cast on you if the person is alone.
Meanwhile,
what is this story?
Meanwhile, I'm just looking over to Lion Gate and I'm like, two AFMO fan series in close conjunction with each other, having a similar theme. And that is copying AFMO's homework almost exactly, but with a few minor changes.
Yes, except for the fact that the changes are made just for the sake of changes, and not and the teacher will mark it down because obviously the rest of the homework was correct in the first place. I don't know if that makes sense, but neither does this, so whatever.
It's like you go into the creative writing class with somebody else's work, and it's like, yes, I'm just going to, file the serial numbers off and call it my own work of fiction. That is an actual term in the community, filing the serial numbers off, for when you want to take your fan fiction, which usually includes the original characters of the original fiction, and just basically you replace elements of the original story with your own creation. Filing the serial numbers off.
Wasn't that what that lady did who had that who sued this other Omegaverse creator or something. It wasn't
Yeah.
wasn't her like main character basically Bane?
Yes. We're just, watching someone who tried to file the serial numbers off, and, well, basically they didn't file hard enough.
What? Indeed, I was. But she attacked me, which is why I'm fine. So
Ghost Kitty, don't worry about that.
Yeah, I too was curious what that was at one
too
point.
young, too
and
young,
regret
too young.
finding out.
Too young, you're too young.
She did this. Of course, natural conclusion, have somebody who you are clearly not on good terms with and is there to manipulate your mind. Like say that someone was responsible for it when it could have been anyone else on the planet, and that's definitely the answer. Yes. And what are you going to do? I'll make sure it's not hurting her. Okay, this is like if Macbeth just like got back from the war and then like instantly later was like, hey, you know that letter you sent me like 5 seconds before you appeared, so what was the point of sending someone forward anyway? Yeah, let's you know how you said, oh, what was that? King Duncan's coming to us tonight. Okay, we'll take this knife, and he's just instantly okay with it. He has like no conversation about reflecting about why he shouldn't do that. No debating himself. No nothing. He's just like, oh yeah, of course. One person told me to do this, so let's go ahead and do it. Okie dokie.
One person who I'm clearly not in very good standing with told me to do this, so obviously I must do it. I don't have any other option.
Mm-hmm. In the case of Macbeth, it was his wife, but in the case of this of Dylan, what's his excuse? Dylan, Kim isn't under a spell. She was.
Viarrah?
Okay, so this is unknown. I got the characters mixed up.
Hey.
Good old Barry's music.
It's me. I know you're not asleep yet.
Oh, see, she solved the problem with the ultimate eyes. Just gouge her own out.
Like, I get it. It is a common thing in anime where rough shadows can be used to conceal the face.
Mm-hmm. Except in Gacha, you have the rough shadows. You don't just need to get rid of the... Okay. Anyway, Inhale's a character who can... Yeah. A character who controls another character, turning their eyes and then giving them a knife. I wonder where I heard that from. Yes, green specifically. It's like
I could...
At this point, foul the serial numbers a bit more and like make it blue or yellow or any other color.
Just file the serial numbers off completely. Have little to no relation to AFM.
Yeah,
if you must, you can keep the Ultima thing, but please try harder.
Mm-hmm.
You can't ignore me forever.
It's like somebody tried to rewrite the Ultima thing and just missed the point entirely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Via, tell me, what happened?
I killed her.
What are you talking about?
I killed Kim by accident. I don't know how. I was calm.
Like, she could pull through. It is a small chance, but she could pull through.
Yeah, true. Although then again, there's no further potion excuse this time as to why she would. I wonder if Viarrah is going to have the guts to actually, kill off one of these characters and be like, deal with that. Because obviously that's a line that, I was going to say Aphma never crossed, but no, Blaze is a thing, but still.
Talking, but then I felt an electric shock.
Oh my goodness, I just realized something else. You know how I've been complaining about about when you have characters on different layers and you try to do a zoom in and then they zoom in at all like different intervals because the keyframes are like matched to exactly. That's
Yeah.
not an issue here. We're actually getting a zoom in. They're zooming in on everything. So if this is pre-rendered or the animation software that was used for this or whatever, like actually doesn't have that issue.
The next thing I knew, she was in the
I think this is like just regular Gacha now, but still.
ground.
Actually, no, I think Ghost Kitty has a point in the comments. Not in the comments, in the chat.
Oh, talk about the eye thing. Since both green and red use the villain colors make the person's eyes completely white. Yeah, I mean, if this was done in Maestro, that could have been a kind of callback to Herobrine as far as Minecraft lore goes, but obviously in here, no such association. There you go.
Electric shock. Where did you first felt it?
Where did you first felt it?
Gosh darn it! This honestly, like this scene was like really well so far. Like from everything from like the throwing of the covers to the hug and then the actual crying, like the performance out of it, and then suddenly we get that.
Where did you first felt it? Oh.
I felt it when it was first fired into my knee.
Were you back?
Wait, so the sniper who clearly sniped her from the front, as was implied by all the visuals, but somehow she first felt it go through her back.
Back. Huh.
What's wrong?
What happened wasn't your fault.
Also, does she have like bullet wound at all? Or nothing?
Oh, like at least, please.
You were shot.
Like, wasn't a bullet on screen at any point.
No.
I just want a wound.
Okay, there's a new eye. Okay.
Wait.
We're probably.
Don't click to another video yet.
I was gonna say,
Before you leave.
pause just for a second.
Sure.
It is a new eye, but it's still green.
Still got bits of green. Still a little green. A little bit of green.
You're just trying to you're just trying to come up with something that will make me less angry, aren't you?
Well, I'm just trying to be fair to the video. That's the thing. Like
Sure.
I always try and find the positives and negatives that are in these things. And also, as far as the best animation goes in the episode, I would say that ending part that I talked about. Yeah, I think that's there. Like honestly, like that previous scene up until the words "Where you first felt it," no notes.
Where did you first felt it?
Yeah,
like
and then following
at this point, I'm really hankering for that video for that story discussion. Is that what we should call it? So we don't just call it a detailed diatribe.
We need to file our own serial numbers there, don't we?
Yeah, I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could have a story discussion about dialogue.
Oh yeah. That's what I thought you were suggesting today anyway. I'd be happy to do that on a day when I'm not editing a bunch of things.
That's what I was suggesting. I just, you told me you were busy, so I backed off.
No, yeah, I understand that. Yeah. I had a I suppose like in like the last couple of days from doing the Muse and Go remake, suddenly Denethor got in contact with me and said, "Hey, can you finish like one of those other videos by the end of the month?" I was like, "Okay." And so I've been kind of doing that and also preparing for Pixel Month and other things. So yeah, you know how it goes. Okay.
Yep. I, however, am still creating my magnum opus, so I have no expectations laid upon me yet.
which in your case, for your own like mental health, is probably a good thing to start off with. Yeah. Are those black bandages on Viarrah the character? Is that such a thing as black bandages? I mean, I guess they can technically be any color, honestly.
Yeah, like bandages don't have to be white. They're just commonly made white because of the material they're made out of, which is usually cotton polyfiber.
It's also
They're
probably
made out
easier
of
to figure out what's, if
Yeah.
bandages are already dirty and stuff like that.
Yeah, that and cotton polyfiber is easy to clean, especially in a sink or in a lab setting. So if a patient is bleeding profusely, polycotton fiber bandages are usually what you want to go for.
There you go. I learned something today.
They just
want you
use
to know.
cotton white because, cotton polyfiber is usually manufactured to be white.
Okie dokie. Right, let's see
Sometimes
what
they
Viarrah.
dyed. Like, usually casts also have polycotton fiber bandages, which, usually come in pink, neon green, and other colors that appeal to the desperating genders of the kid who just broke their leg.
Okay, all right, I've never heard of that before, but yeah, sure, I guess that's a thing. All right, let's see what Viarrah the human is gonna say.
Wait.
Gotta love the scream. Well, gotta like the red filter with no screaming involved.
Don't click to another video yet. Before you leave, I just want you to know that
All right, so next episode, everyone.
you should
I'm
definitely
joking.
check these amazing people who helped me to make this episode. Also,
Yeah, especially the one who made that transition. I'm gonna put them on screen. Okay, so C_synergy was the one responsible for the teleport. Okay.
Like, to
Also,
be honest,
wait, hold on.
C_.
CEO of Isabel Ditz is the CEO of overusing or something? What? What does that say?
CEO of overusing.
Okay.
I don't know.
Alright.
You're probably an asset thing.
I suppose. Can't be overusing a plot point, as we know who's responsible for that one anyway.
Are those black fingerless gloves? Yes, they are! So glad you noticed.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what Ghost Kitty was asking before, as if the gloves are bandages. No. Not quite.
who helped me to make this episode. Also, my friend is making me a new profile picture, so please show her some love too.
That profile picture, as far as I know, is no longer in use, but I guess it was for a while.
They will be in the description, so make sure to check them out. Thanks for watching. See you in another video. Bye bye!
Oh, I didn't know that pose was in Gacha Life. Yeah. That's what he is by now.
It's the green eyes. I still can't forget the green eyes. Why did you have to go for the green? Also, if you're gonna have a character facing the front, you should make the ears. You should make a front-facing pose for the ears too. It just looks awkward to have the face looking in the forward direction, but also have the ears facing off to the side. I know ears of animals can do that, but it just looks unnatural. Don't mind me. It's just the artist in me going off.
Yeah. As for spooky outro music, I don't know if I would call it spooky. I would call it more melancholic, I guess. But yes, I suppose it can be spooky too. Viarrah's got a nice voice. I will say, yeah, Viarrah impressed me with, her performance, particularly in this episode, especially with the crying part. Definitely.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the one part, if it wasn't for that one line of dialogue, everything would have been poggers.
That wasn't even from Viarrah's character, so yes, there we go. It was on Viarrah's script, so, but still. Okay, anything else to say about the episode that we haven't gone over already?
Where did you first felt it?
In my boneses. I don't
It's
know.
in my bones.
Right.
I felt it in my boneses.
Okay, moving on. Now we go back to the characters moving independently from the background and not pre-rendering the scene. Of course, I missed this. No, I didn't.
Arrow.
Please just
What's the
pre-render the scene before you do the camera movements. I promise it'll be easier for you in the long run.
Oh yeah, if you talk about the music, the outro from last time, yes, that was does remind me of that when like the music was varied up. In fact, actually, for a while, I actually took the music box the music box audio from Diaries. That was actually my outro song for I think about a year or so, until someone rightfully said they told me how scary it was, and then I changed it. But I do see what you mean. In fact, actually, also, Mutant Girl story here. Aiden was so appalled by the ending of I think it was episode 4. Once Raina actually gets kidnapped and Julius is seen like with a blow to his head and everything, and then suddenly it goes back into like, let me show you how it feels to roll the dice, and everything. And then he said, well, next time just like don't have that music at the end. I was like, okay, if I need to vary out the music eventually, then for the tone of an episode to end, I will do so. I can't remember if I ever did, but the option was there.
Meaning of this? Why?
Oh my word, you actually have a potion. Like, okay, how many more things? How many more things?
What color is the potion? I was
It's
looking
green.
away.
It's
green.
Green.
It's green. Of course, it's green.
Get your parents, quick! I'll hold them off.
They're not after her parents. I guess these are new people.
We can take them down.
No.
Huh?
They blocked the teleportation.
Well, that wouldn't be an issue without teleport. If the no was in response to saying we could take them down, then you wouldn't need to teleport.
I'm sorry.
What are you?
They've blocked the teleportation, but I'm gonna teleport you out of here. Do people in this show even hear themselves when they speak or not?
I'm going to teleport you out of here with the potion. Not the potion. With the portal crystal ball question mark I just conveniently have in my pocket. Oh, and
Which
I'm not gonna
meant
come
for
with
one
you.
person, apparently.
Oh, and I'm not gonna come with you, even though the portal is open.
Yeah, it's still
I'm just
open. I'm just
going
gonna
to.
stare at it
I'm
as
just
it, like,
going to send you in
closes.
there.
Stay safe.
His lips aren't even moving.
Unknown.
It still doesn't work to have a character's actual name be unknown. Like, if you're trying to cry out the name to someone, you can't do that.
Unknown.
I see
never
why did
learned
you
your
teleport me here?
It's like, oh no, help me, I've lost, I need to find my friend again. Well, what's his name? Unknown. No, seriously, what's his name? Unknown. Well, do you have any guesses? I do have a guess, it's unknown.
My ears are gone.
Isn't that a good thing, though? That was part of the curse.
One person can be teleported in here without using a portal.
Apparently, I'm so glad that you responded that to us after we already saw it happen.
But still...
And she does have black bandages on her arms.
I think those have been there for a while.
I care so much.
Hey!
Do not move, witch, or else.
That's not... Let her go.
Ha! You wish. This one is going to see the Lord. Witches aren't allowed here.
You just let her go. You just let her go. She's on the floor right now. What are you doing? What is ah!
I'm not going to let her go. Proceeds to let her go.
Yeah, these do seem familiar. Like these do seem like the typical Shadow Knights. In fact, that other guy's as dumb as Zenix, so I guess that does match as well.
Protect you if she was a
I'm
witch.
not going to let her go. Let's her go
Lloyd?
immediately. Who are these red
Let
guys?
her go!
I have no idea.
Yeah, no, I can't remember. There's so many characters that get introduced in the series.
Hey! What are you doing?
Viarrah, what are you doing here?
No time to
Wait, hold on. One even mentioned a lord. I guess, so the Shadow Knights didn't tend to like have lords themselves. Apart from, I don't know what they called Shad. I guess they would call him a king, possibly. I'm not sure.
explain. Help me turn into a Shadow Knight.
I can't storm off. My camera's not fixed. I can't do a storm off. I was about to get up out of my chair and like walk away, but I can't do that. I can't do that joke.
You know, you want to know who can? Me.
Go on. Meanwhile, I'm just like, oh, the eye patch is gone. This lady actually said the words Shadow Knight, as if she's already familiar with the concept of Shadow Knights, and therefore possibly also the Nether, which we might indeed be in. The portal was purple, so I guess that matches up. It was a one-person capacity Nether portal that was also portable. A portable portal, if you will. Okay, Ghosty, you can come back now. She took her headphones out, she can't hear me. I mean, I don't know when she's gonna come back. I guess I have to continue. I don't know anymore.
You mean a Shadow Knight?
Oh, actually, I forgot to read the description this time. I'll do that in the meantime.
Can I come back now?
I mean, yeah, it's not any better, but you can come back. Also, in this episode, Aphmau is just directly just the first credit. Oh wait, September 24th, 2020. This is late 2020 now. Interesting. This show ran for longer than I thought it did.
Was that an adequate storm off?
Oh, it was more than adequate. Oh, hey, you're back. Is this a mix of Emerald Secret, MCD, My Street? Yes. Yes, it is. I guess so. Because again, Shadow Knights are commonplace, and the Nether portal was purple, so I guess this is a portable portal. That was my joke from before that Ghosty missed.
Like, I guess it's already been established that MCD and My Street were in the same universe.
Yeah. You know the worst part? The worst part is that when Viarrah was actually trying to be original, she had to establish all of the new things and actually show the reactions to people learning these things that were new. Interacting to people who were also new and original. They weren't always the best, but they were her own. But now, when the Aphmau stuff is just going to roll with that as the plot points for everything. She's not trying to disguise the fact that, oh, everyone just knows this stuff. I guess the audience also do as well. There's obviously no possible way that someone could watch this video and also not know about Aphmau. Take it from me, that's very possible. It's happened a lot to me. So I guess I can afford not to explain anything. But yes, as usual, the Netherground is pretty. The backgrounds are always pretty. Same pros as usual.
Learn how to say the form's name before you use it.
Shadow Knight. Like a timeline, not a guard.
No, it's Moon Prism Power.
It's different. Now keep your mouth.
See, I can make that reference as a pop culture reference. That's a different thing to just throwing in this stuff into a canon, into a different canon.
Silent, will you? What's the rush?
My family and friends are in danger. I just got
Are they really? You're the only target.
teleported out of one.
So Shadow Lord didn't lie.
Lie?
So your boss didn't lie to you. I'm glad you clarified that.
You know something about this?
In case you haven't noticed, Nether has turned really silent.
It's actually called the Nether. Yep, of course. It is called the Nether. Yep. Alright.
We've been called here to collect you, m'lady.
Of course. And we've been called here to collect you, but we also thought you were a witch. We were expecting someone that we hadn't seen before in this exact location that you showed up in, matching your description, but no, it couldn't possibly be you. You must be a witch.
And behind that is because someone's been using black magic for a while now in the outside world.
You mean purple magic?
There might be a battle and I want to stay out of it.
No! Everything was going so well. Who would do this?
No, it wasn't. What do you mean everything was going so well?
It was going so well, as in everything falling apart. Literally being in the Nether is one of the only moments of peace you've ever had.
Yeah, I guess you could argue that like the beginning of the episode 5 or 6 was a time jump where Viarrah kind of like relaxed into like the new friendship group that she got from the events from before, except for the fact that Unknown was missing that whole time. So there was actually still a loose end that just ended up being clarified in a very like lazy manner. So
Also,
even then, there was still like some conflict like, weighing on her mind. So all was not well.
Me and Ghost Kitty are feeling the same pain.
Because some of you won't turn out to be a goddess like Irene or something. I mean, she's already the Ultima. Does she need to be a goddess as well as the cursed soul? I'm hoping not.
And don't forget, Jacob. Aaron was the cursed soul too. He was also the reincarnation of Shad.
Wasn't he just a descendant of Shad rather than his reincarnation?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, pay attention to the news.
Oh,
We're having bad weather
okay.
tonight.
This?
Might be Violetta and her pack again?
No. Ayla, Wendy and I defeated them long time ago. Their powers are in orbs.
And they are safe, right?
Yes. Wendy, Ayla...
I don't remember a Violetta character in this. Was this... Have I forgotten this show so much already? Because it's like everything gets thrown at you at once.
and are the only ones who knows where the orbs are.
Okay.
Looks like we found our
Slow down.
troublemakers.
Yeah, what? Hold on. I don't remember anything about orbs. Chat, please, like, help me out. Was there anything to do with orbs before this point in the series?
Okay, I'm just gonna slow down. Was exposition just quick fire delivered to us?
It was, yes. About events that we might possibly have not seen. Yeah, look, Josh is saying no. There was no orb mentioned at all in here. So yes, that was just exposition. It wasn't even like recapping previous events.
Time to comb through older content.
Great.
Lloyd,
What? You really think Wendy and Ayla would do such a thing?
Maybe their clones did, or if you've given up on searching for clone magic because the library burned down. I guess they know her name now. Did she say what her name was? Because now he can call her Via directly, but despite the fact that he said before he didn't recognize her about being a witch and stuff. Her hair's also changed color. I don't know anything anymore.
Don't via me. I know them more than myself.
We were giving our lives for everyone when we fought. I trust them with my life. I'm going out of here, and I will prove you that they are innocent.
I mean, you're getting out of here, not going. Okay.
You won't be able to get through the guards looking like that, kid.
I guess you are, man. Oh, okay, there we go. I was kidding, but sure.
Watch me.
Via!
Oh yeah, you won't get out of looking like that. Watch me. Changes the way she looks. How is that proving anything? See, here's the thing. Sometimes characters act tough for the sake of acting tough, and they're like taken down a peg. But we've already seen that the character of Viarrah is tough. We know what she's capable of. We've seen her in action. So why does she need to like prove it to these people who already apparently know her anyway?
Okay, this is gonna be really obscure. It's like in every Legend of Zelda game, bar like 3, Link has to constantly prove his courage. Over and over again.
I see. Is it inspired by the orbs that Aphmau got after her Caitlins were turned back into human beings? They were created to enter the Irene dimension.
I don't care. I really don't. At this point, I'm dead. I'm just burnt out. These are two different Aphmau we're just two different Aphmau continuations of two different varying levels of terrible. At least this one I can, give good visual style to. While Lion Gate, at its worst of times, can look hideously uncanny.
Lion Gate also like adds memes and assassinates existing characters. This one at least had the decency to pretend that it was original for a while.
How does she have a Shadow Knight form? I don't remember. I don't know.
Yeah, see, she has this like special ability. It's called being the main character.
No matter how you feel, we have a job to do,
I'm looking
Lloyd.
at her.
Let her figure things out on her own.
Anything before this, before Sapphire Wings.
Oh wait, do you think that Viarrah is like taking like inspiration from herself and using that as inspiration for for the orb part, and that's we're supposed to know? Is this not the start of the story? I thought this was like the beginning of. I guess that would kind of make sense to why like we open up in the middle, but I thought this was like honestly at the time I was like, this is actually a clever thing to do. I guess I'm again putting too much faith in here.
I'm not seeing any long-running series before this.
Any series to begin with before this?
If she does have one, it's not in the playlist. This is the only long-form series that isn't a meme, or a map part, or a multi-editor project part, or a short that's comedy-based, or a special video, or a tutorial.
You're right, Ghost Kitty.
Like, she does have trailers, which there are, count them, 6 of. But none of them for Sapphire. There's a Sapphire Wings real trailer.
As opposed to the fake trailer, which is common practice.
Maybe I should make a fake trailer for Monster Companion with Sue as the main character.
You should release that tomorrow for April Fools.
Fine. Let's go.
I guess our work here is done. We don't need to do anything further.
Darn it. It's closed.
Okay. What?
By the way, why are her why are her eyebrows blue? I was gonna mention before, like her hair color changed before. She had like bits of blue in her hair prior to this, and then suddenly, like after she got mad, it was gone. But her eyebrows remain blue.
I guess we could say she has a literal plot armor now.
Yeah, I read that one before. You. I've moved on to the blue eyebrows by now. Can we focus on the blue eyebrows, please? I've talked about the plot armor.
Please!
What if I just...
The wings! The Sapphire Wings! We finally have them! In the third to last episode of the entire show! Yes! No build-up whatsoever. By the way, that's being an actual nether portal makes more sense. If only Unknown had thought to connect that portal to the
Good thing I was in the form.
Oh yeah, she has in the form. You mean to tell me you have done that before? You're aware of the Sapphire Wings that you have and you've never used them before? And you also have your Ultima form at the same time unlocked, but you can control one of them, but can't control the other.
Woo!
I want to make a noise, but I don't know what noise to make.
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, bad writing alert.
Yeah, something like that.
This makes me want to go back in Viarrah's content, even to the memes, and find out where this is coming from.
Yeah, something has got to have, like, and you know.
Or that.
Although I get the impression that maybe like the Aphmau stuff came later, because it just sort of like superimposed itself on the plot.
There were no serial numbers until they appeared.
Exactly.
Everything was original until the Fire Nation attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Would have left a terrible void mark.
I was gonna make a nether burn joke based on like the cheek there, but I guess fine. You have void burns being a thing, despite the fact that you can travel to and from the nether, as seen in diaries, multiple times without having void marks. But I guess
You could also
in this universe you can't.
You could also travel to and from the void, but the void has hideous consequences. What?
Is Viarrah's hair blue? Is it purple? Sounds like it was dark, so it looks purple. It was grey a second ago, so all verdicts are out. It's like it looks purple right now. Yes, her eyebrows are still blue. And then it was like, oh my god, I just totally missed someone like fall from a distance. I'm just gonna keep talking like nothing's happening.
Girls!
I gotta tell you, Stacy.
So hard to stand. Ayla! Wendy! It's been a while, I know, but I need your help.
Oh.
Please be the clones. Please be the clones. Please be the clones.
Hi, Viarrah.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
It's the clones, aren't they?
What happened? Did I do something?
Oh no. You're too innocent to do anything.
Episode 1 callback. Come on.
What?
Listen, we have to go, so bye.
No, wait.
Oh yeah, you know you're injured and clearly in need of medical attention, so we're just gonna like abandon you here. Like I mean, I get that they're mad at her for something. We'll find out eventually, but still, that seems unnecessarily cruel.
Please, tell me, what did I do?
Don't you worry, they'll find out.
You'll find out because we can't have an honest conversation, or there is no plot.
Also, her hands are slowly.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wait, that's a good point. She has no hands. Her the bandages are still there, but her hands have just just don't exist. Maybe she
No,
sacrificed
like
them.
her hands are changing.
I was blending with her hair, that's why. Oh yeah, so now we see the much more clearly in the art. There's a void mark right there. And once again, Viarrah ends up unconscious and being picked up by a stranger. Or possibly a not a stranger. Either way, we've seen this already.
And where the episode ends! What?
Yep, with the Sapphire Wings finally making an appearance, very briefly.
Very briefly.
Which she's apparently always known about.
I
So
found-
remind me why exactly she was afraid of falling off a cliff if she has a form that can fly.
Wait, Josh is here. I found another bad My Street adaptation. No!
It's called Aftermath of My Street Season 6, and Ian is actually the villain in that one, unlike Lion Gate, where he's a good guy. I mean, that doesn't sound bad. I guess we can take a look at it tomorrow and see just how bad it is.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
I know, Void Paradox is not safe. Nothing is safe from Viarrah's rage. From Viarrah's wake of destruction. Well, I mean, I'm sorry, gotta check out, I guess, the two things that perform the best on this channel are Aphmau and Gacha. But I can gotta combine the pair of them sometimes, you know what I mean? At some point, I'll actually watch the Gachas that are made by actual Aphmau. Get around to that eventually.
Oh, God. Like,
I mean,
no, I'm not saying, oh God, because Gacha's made by Aphmau. I'm saying, oh God. Oh God, Josh, what rabbit hole did you send me down?
Oh, you found it?
I'm sending it in your DMs now.
Oh, I don't see any new messages for some reason. Ah, okay. The beginning aftermath of My Streets. I love that. The beginning of the aftermath. All right.
Woo, let's continue.
Well, hold on. Did it say featuring Aphmau? Well, that's a clickbait title. Okay. You want to bang your head against a wall now? Well, you can feel free to do that. I guess pros and cons.
Okay, pro, we actually got to see the Sapphire Wings. The effect for the nether portal opening was actually quite nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so pro, we got to see the Sapphire Wings. Con, it took this long to see the Sapphire Wings. She was aware of the Sapphire Wings. The Sapphire Wings could have been used several times before. They were not.
It would
Things
be
like
funny. Her going through the portal was how she found out about the Sapphire Wings, and she flied with them to go save her friends.
Maybe she was falling down and was actually about to die in a pit of lava, because I'm pretty sure that Unknown didn't exactly predict where you end up with a nether portal, because that does sometimes happen. You can end up in midair in a nether portal in Minecraft. That's a possibility. And so in a last ditch effort, she wishes she had some way of escaping. As it turns out, she grows the Sapphire Wings and uses those to get out. But that's why she's confused for a witch or something, or the Shadow Knights actually. I can't believe they're actually called Shadow Knights. Or the Shadow Knights recognize the wings and maybe not the person, and that's why they decide to offer assistance and recommend staying in that form. And that way, she finds out that she would have left a much worse void burn on herself if otherwise.
Also, yeah, you bring up a good point. Like, people can travel between the overworld and the nether with little to no consequences in the original canon. It's only when people are sent to the void, like the void between instances and timelines, that we actually get to see people with void burns.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Viarrah's clearly seen diaries, so I'm surprised that that was introduced here, or that was another attempt to file the serial numbers, or at least change the order in which they appear. You want to make a story despite the name of the series, Sapphire Wings? Hey, it is the Gacha community. You could just take someone else's title and no one cares about it. And make a story about a goddess or something. That could just be... Honestly, actually do that. Work the Sapphire Wings in from the start. That would be fine.
Or, you know, have the Sapphire Wings be some kind of twist or surprise in some way. As opposed to just having them appear for some reason.
I just thought of a really dark joke. Like if you could like trace like a family line or something, and so one person was supposed to inherit the Sapphire Wings or something, the reincarnation will happen. And so for ages, what they would do is they would just like push people out of a tower or something, and until someone like actually like breaks their spine, and they're like, let's not do that anymore. We'll just let it be a mystery. And so like flash forward to the modern day or whatever time period you want to be set in.
Screw modern day. Let's go back to the recession of 2008.
I don't know.
There we go.
Don't know if Ghost Kitty is gonna really be aware of that one too much.
Also, yeah, like having the Sapphire Wings be some sort of reveal, like surprise, would be.
And yeah, or if the person knows about the form from the beginning, like Viarrah, have it be teased that it's a possibility of something like, should I use them now? No, it's too soon. I'll just teleport and use my sword or something. And that way we know there's like more power that's hidden deep within or something along those lines.
Should I use them? Or should I not?
Maybe this world actually has a bunch of people with different types of wings, and the Sapphire Wings just happen to be the special ones. And blade people can fly. That would save you having to do the dark job being pushed out of a tower, but yeah. Seems that she liked your idea. Well, once again, glad that something good can come out of these reviews. All right, sweetie, you've come of age.
God, could you just imagine Monster Compendium? It's like Ulsif just picks up the Monster Compendium and is like, "You've come of age, son." Hits him in the face with it. You have responsibilities now.
That is exactly what Majesty would have done in that situation.
God, Majesty and Monster.
Yes, like, hello, Chloe. Unfortunately, there's only one way to deploy your wings. Celeste, open the hatch.
There's only one way to unlock your true potential, Ulrich. Shoves him out a window.
That's actually a thing that Neville Longbottom's like grandmother did at one point. Oh no, his grandfather, to see if he had any magical ability. And as it turns out, he did, because like right at that point, when he was dropped, he managed to break his own fall. Can you imagine if that hadn't happened? Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh, Ulrich, there's only one way for you to find out your powers. Shoves him in the Griffin Cave.
He's just stared down by a bunch of griffins, like all snarling at once. It's like, hi. Cuts to black, just feel like a bunch of like mauling sounds.
He's like crawling out of the cave, and he's like, "You get away from me! You're crazy! I don't want to see you ever again." Kami just like takes the Monster Compendium from Majesty, bonks her with it.
And that's how the show ends.
You will find out his potential in his own time. And now time to shove him into more potentially deadly situations.
Yeah. Oh, if it's Johnny, if you see this stream, we get to your MLP Disco Pops video if you watch another most likely bad Mighty Adaptation Gacha series. Yeah. Also, same thing applies to Ghost Girl. That too. What's my favorite? Episode 7, 6, or 9?
Can I say none of them?
Cyanide, arsenic, or cytosine? I don't know.
I don't know. I'll take that cyanide, please.
Episode 7 it is. Right. Out of these episodes, what I might just have to say episode 8 because of that one. Because first of all, it wasn't a complete ripoff like episode 7 was. It had that one scene that I really like in it. Of the actual character, and we see the impact of all this lore that's being applied forcefully. At least something of emotional significance came out of it, and some good visuals too. So that just about tips it out of the 3 of them so far. So
meanwhile, you want to know where I'm tipping? Off the cliff that's to our left.
Oh, but Ghosty, didn't you know you have Sapphire Wings? You're not going to fall. There was never any stakes in the first place in that scene.
There were no what stakes are there?
I don't know. This is also implying that the form that Viarrah is concealing this time with the wings is even more significant than the Ultima one that's already getting her hunted down.
Like
what could possibly be the reason for the Sapphire? Like, after the Ultima thing, what else is there to conceal at that point?
Like, I'm just
Did
going
the wings
to say
just
this.
cause famine or something?
I don't know. This all smells pretty sewish.
The wings are just... The wings bring all the sewers to life.
Like, I'm not saying sewers. I'm saying that this is Sue-ish. As in... Mary Sue.
Oh, I thought you meant, like, Aphmau could sue or something. Like... I don't know, I've been content ID'd by her, but it's never anything further. But yes,
smells.
Mary Sue-ish, I guess, could, does also apply here. Which is the unfortunate effect of a lot of these things that are self-inserts.
Like,
I am so grateful that I decided to write a series where I don't play the main character for once.
Like...
And then every other time since.
I have thought of doing a self-insert series, but, you know, it's one of those in the life of a background NPC sort of deals.
Hey, fair enough.
I just watch everyone do I just watch from a distance while everybody does the adventuring.
All right then. Yeah, those could be those can be definitely be entertaining as well. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's like several anime that follow a similar format. So it's definitely a good formula. Am I getting Fallen vibes from the wings?
Yes.
Well, that's a byproduct of Gacha, really, because there are only so many different types of wings. There are several, but there are only so many different types of wings that can apply in this situation. And I guess if we go for an Irene effect, you know, that's one way to do that. Because you need like the angel aesthetic. Then again, Adam was almost a self-insert, so on a story level for the series, still no, because there's like definitely at least some differences between Adam and Aiden, despite the fact that, yeah, he definitely plays the main character in everything that he does. But, oh well. Any more ideas for Sapphire Wings that you're going to write? Not for now, but can get back to you at some point. So I guess we're done for here. So please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Check out the original description. And on that note, until next time, so